Hey everyone, this is normally 1998 to give you a Dragon Ball Super guide. Now this guide is opinion based, and when I personally think you should really start with the show, because the English dub has come out and the first batch of episodes have come out. I'm not going to stop you from watching the whole show, but this is just when I think you should really jump into it. Now, as we know, there are 4 complete arcs at the moment. There's the God of Destruction arc, Resurrection F arc, the Universe Tournament arc, which is when Universe 7 takes on 6, and the Goku Black arc. Now, personally, I would advise you jump in at the 3rd arc. Now, I bet a lot of you are going, why would you want to jump into the 3rd arc? Why not jump into the 1st arc? Is it kind of lower when it comes down to the action? Well, no, it has some good action in that, but the thing is, the first 2 arcs are basically stretched out versions of the film. Now, the 1st arc covers when, Beerus gets introduced to the show. Now, granted, when they introduce him, they do it way better than when they did in the film, because basically he destroys half a planet just because a dessert is a bit too greasy. So yeah, now that's a pretty good way to open a new villain. And basically, a lot of people would have liked the Resurrection FR because it's basically more Frieza. And everyone loves Frieza, and they said that they want to see more of the fighting and that maybe his training to go up to his new level. But the thing is, though, basically the problem is the stretched out versions of the film. So the problem is, though, whenever it comes down to a film/TV show getting converted into a new media, that's always the problem. It's the same with video games. Well, let's say if we were to take a TV show and you were to put an entire story, or let's say an arc, into a film. The thing is, depending on how long the arc was and how big it was, the thing could end up being alright, it could be too stretched out though, or they could end up having to chop a lot of material just to get it into a film. Like, let's say with the Namek arc, they couldn't really cover that arc because of how long the arc was running. And it was constantly everyone getting Dragon Balls and losing them, gaining them, losing them. So yeah, that was the problem. While with Super's problem, the thing is they kind of stretch it out too much because that was kind of the problem though. But we do get some good bits like how you see Beerus interacting with some of the characters and that. But I personally think though the films did it better, and to talk about the 2nd arc, the Resurrection F arc, there were some good things in it, like how Frieza ran into Gotenks and Trunks, and he basically ended up remembering Trunks for killing him and sending him to hell, which I'd say was a good callback, especially how they ended up bringing Captain Ginyu in to it. My god, there was some good callbacks in it, and you even did see a little bit of the training Frieza went through when it came down to him getting his new form. And you did get some good moments in that, but the problem is though, there were too many bad things in that. Like, at the time of making it, the arc was rushed basically because of timing problems, so it was infamous for all the nil errors they had, like horrible design choices, stupid little sketches. Like, you could have an amazing shot of Golden Frieza when he first transformed, but then episode later, basically you're seeing him walk up and you pause and you go, that's not Frieza, that's just a yellow blur. And then, oh, the yellow blur just kicked Goku. Because that was the problem though, they had to rush it, they were forced. But when they were given time though, there were really good moments in that. So, as I said though, the problem is, as well, there's stretched out versions of the film, and there were some good little things they added, but the problem is though, they weren't good enough in my opinion. They just were really bad. I'm not going to stop you watching the show, but that's what my personal opinion is. Now, why I think the other 2 arcs are great, they are more original, let's say. Like with the 3rd arc, it's when you see Universe 6 and 7 take each other on, and they ended up bringing the Super Dragon Balls into it, which were really good, but personally though, with the new Shenron, it looks like a shiny, like seriously, I'm going, it's a shiny dragon. I'm seriously, what's that legendary dragon from Pokemon? I can't remember. It's in the what was it? I think it's the 3rd or the 4th generation. But basically, it looks like a shiny version of it. I'm going, no offense, that's a really bad design choice. And then, but the thing is, it was more original in the story. It had some really good fight scenes, and it has some really good characters in that, and ended up showing us some really powerful ones as well. and even telling us that Saiyans exist in other universes. But the thing is, though, it was kind of short when it came down to the fighters because they only had a few fighters, really. But I think that's the point of the universe survival arc because basically they've got now at least 10 fighters to use and they're bringing back some classic fighters. So hopefully this will be able to redeem them in a way or redeem the third arc. Now, personally, though, when it comes down to which is the best, the Goku Black Hawk is the best in this show's entire run. Basically, here's why. You get more gods. You end up getting you get Vegito returns. Yeah, the fan favorite. You get Future Trunks comes back. They redo the evil Goku idea, and I think they did really good most of the time. And it had some really amazing fight scenes, like Goku takes on this, Vegeta takes on him, and one of the greatest transformations and one of the most talked about ones when it first happened with Trunks. Now I'm trying not to go too heavy into spoilers, but I will say one thing I did not like about the whole arc was the ending. It felt rushed in that. But personally, overall, the fourth arc was the best. The third was brilliant as well. But the other two, though, I felt they were rushed / stretched, as in they were rushed in production value, and not to mention they were stretched out versions of the film. Personally, when it comes down to it, here's my opinion. Watch the first two films, that'll be good. Watch the filler episodes, let's say, if you're up for it. And if you're wondering, oh, what are the filler episodes? Basically, when the intro goes and you see Mr. Satan, Gotenks, and Majin Buu, those are the filler episodes, let's say. While when it came down to the others, if they had something that seemed to be related to the new arc, like with Beerus being in it at one point, or Frieza being in it, or the contestants from Universe 6, yeah, that is when it's a proper show episode instead of a filler episode. Anyway, I better be going. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you personally think of Dragon Ball Super. Do you think it's one of the best versions of Dragon Ball in recent memory? Is it better than GT? Is it going to be better than Z? Is it going to be better than the original? Personally, nothing will beat Z. It is the best version of the show. Well, that's me, Only 1998, signing out, and have a good day.